music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Teen Mom 2. This is season 8. What's season 8? It's season 8, episode 26. It was a good episode or whatnot, and I liked it. Let's get into it. I just reviewed Teen Mom Young and Pregnant review. If you have not checked out what I did, Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, Basketball Wives, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So check those out too. I got all kind of other videos, so just go watch them. Anyway, this, Chelsea is boring. Chelsea's boring. Leah's boring. Even Kailyn was boring this particular episode. Chelsea pregnant again. We knew she's pregnant because she's pregnant in real life. So that was not a secret. She about 2 days pregnant. Okay, she's literally 2 days pregnant. She's excited, and I think she's having a girl. I believe that's what they announced on Instagram. Excuse me. I always grab my lipstick and put it in my hand. This is Fenty Beauty Subtle Lip Paint, and I just kind of picked it up to just mess with it in my hand. Anyway, so yeah, her whole thing today was she got pregnant. They planned this pregnancy. She took 18,675 tests in those 2 weeks, and she found that she was 2 days pregnant. And she's happy. Cole is happy. Aubrey's happy. It's a whole goddamn happy family. Even the little baby's happy. Their son just turned 1 year old. They had some cake. Okay. They're going to a doctor's appointment, and Chelsea's acting as if, oh my god, whenever anyone else gets us ready, it's just horrible. But I'm like, she's like, Cole's taking all day. He forgot the blanket. Aubrey forgot her backpack. All these things. So I'm looking like, I don't get how just because Cole is there, you're just out of whack. You should still have your routine for getting your child ready for school. So I was confused as to why this day was any different. But pregnancy hormones. People, I am 2 days pregnant. Oh my god, my breasts hurt, my feet are swollen. Oh my god, I'm craving banana pudding and pickle. Girl, you 2 days pregnant. You can't. It's just kind of fucked now. Cole, we have to hurry up. Drive fast. Drive faster. Do you want to die? Girls, y'all live somewhere where it's always snowing. Okay, so the roads got to be slick. Slow the hell down. Okay, I would never tell anyone to drive fast in the winter. Why? Because icy roads are terrible. Okay, girl, calm the hell down. Because if we get there late, if we're 10 minutes late, they're going to cancel our appointment. But you're only 2 days pregnant. You can wait a third day. Okay, and it's not as if you have to take days off work you don't have a job. So if you can't make it today, you're free tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Anyway, she makes their appointment. She pregnant. They get ultrasound pictures, and that's it. Next, Leah. Even more boring, even more slow. They found a stray dog near the girl's school, near Corey's house, and she said they took the stray dogs in. I am not I don't like animals. Okay, I don't like bugs, animals. I don't like nothing because they can just no. So I would never see anything in the world and say I'm gonna open my door and let it come in, because my thing is that dog could have murdered y'all or gave y'all gonorrhea. Who knows what it's been licking. Anyway, the dog they took in, she said she took it to the vet. The dog was fine. However, the dog was pregnant. The dog had 7 puppies. That's what you get for taking in a stray. Chucking one stray, you got 7 more strays. So it was what it was. And now she has to figure out where the other babies can live or whatever. She has to, well, you should have just not taken. I just can't. I cannot. I'm like, your story is because you found a dog and the dog had puppies. Leah finds. I heard also that Leah wanted in her contract that MTV would always have a makeup and hair artist for someone to do her hair and makeup whenever she shot scenes. Girl, I don't know who you're trying to impress. You don't look. She lives in like rural West Virginia somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's someone available that can do your makeup. Okay, yes, I did put on a little accent right there. I would thought that was extra. Who? That's not reality, because you don't have a makeup and hair person in your real life. So that's just stupid. If you can't comb your hair yourself and throw in some little lip gloss and some goddamn eyeshadow, then shut your ugly ass up and just look normal. Okay, just look normal, girl. Just stop it. So she's talking to a friend about her and Jeremy are weird now because, one, they had sex, and two, he kind of wants to get back together, and she said she does not know what she wants to do. I feel like I said last week, she wants to get back with him, but she's scared too. She even brings up like, what if, it's toxic how it was before. So I mean, but it's good that she has these reservations, but I don't like how she's making it seem as if she's not interested. She's interested, she's just also scared, and that's a valid feeling to have when it's your ex-husband who it ended kind of crazy. But as you both said, y'all are not who y'all were back then. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. And if you fucked them, girl, look, don't sleep with people you don't want to be with. Okay, let's just make that clear. The dog had the puppies, okay, and she talking about, I can't really, he wants us to like kind of go out or whatever, but I can't worry about dealing with him right now because I'm so busy with these puppies. Girl, fuck them puppies, okay? I mean, I'm not an animal person, so I don't get being happy about a stray dog having puppies and now they're your puppies. I just don't get it. And we then see how they like take the mama dog to a family, and that was Leah's whole story. They found a dog. The dog had puppies, and they gave one dog away. Next, Kail, took some Christmas pictures with the boys. Saying how she's happy that she got out of 2 toxic relationships between Javi and Chris. The gag is, you created the situation with you and Chris. You were leaving Javi alone, as you call that, a toxic situation. You didn't give yourself time enough to get out of that situation before you jumped into another one. You were still full of toxic energy, and you created more toxicness within yourself because you couldn't wait. Your coochie was jumping from man to man, and you created another toxic situation. But that's neither here nor there. So she's saying that now it's going to be a positive year. It's going to be a great year for her, and I do wish her all the best. But at the same time, she can't make it seem as if all the bad things that happened in her life was not her own fault. You met Javi, y'all quickly started dating, quickly got married because Javi and Briana got married because he was going to deploy in the army, and that's the same shit he tried to do with Briana. Ain't that about a bitch? That's how him and Kail got together. When he was going, they were getting together so that he can be in the army, or then is he in the army, or is he Army or Navy? I think which one? I think it's, I don't know which one it is. Anyway, they got together. They got married so that they can be together. Javi has it. Okay, Javi, you have a little thing right there. Anyway, she's saying how she's going to have it be a better year. But again, you put yourself in these predicaments, Kail, and you play victim. We don't like it anymore. So whatever. We see that her and Joe has mediation for Isaac. Joe wanted 50-50 custody, and they had to go to mediation for it. And if you recall, he tried to talk to her about it again when she was pregnant with Lux, and she didn't want to have the conversation. So that's why they end up having to go to mediation in court to get it situated. So they kind of agreed to 50-50 custody, where Joe has to also take Isaac to all of his extracurricular activities, and she's like, he can't expect anyone to plan Isaac's schedule around what he has going on. He has to build his schedule around what Isaac has. And I agree with that 50-50. I feel like sometimes as a parent, the child also has to understand they can't do everything because mom or daddy has to make money sometimes. So I feel like if he's working, they just have to make sure that someone is able to get him to whatever he has to do. But I don't think that any parent should like not work for extracurricular activity. I mean, it's a thin line. I didn't like how she worded it. I think she worded it as if Joe was saying like he didn't want Isaac to do certain things because he had stuff to do. I don't think Joe would even say that. So that part was kind of weird how she worded it. So whatever. Joe come on, he's civil. Okay, Joe has grown a lot. He is the most mature person on the show. With him and Corey. Him and Corey are really good with being parents and co-parenting with the kid's mother. You know, the thing that Joe and Kailyn have overcame is crazy or whatever. So, you know, that's different. You know, he says how, you know, we can talk about it later. You know, he said, I wanted to talk to you about it before we even had to go to court. But, you know what I'm saying, you were pregnant. She's like, yeah, I was pregnant. I was hormonal. It was crazy. He said, well, yeah, that's one way to put it. Meaning you was really being a bitch. But again, I don't think Joe having 50-50 custody is going to be any different than what it is now. I think what he wanted was just a thing to where she couldn't tell him, no, he can't get Lincoln. I mean, he can't get Isaac. I think that's the reason he wanted to get it, like, in writing some kind of way. Or that they can have some kind of agreement. So we do see Joe go talk to V at the house and just tell her, like, everything was fine. And, you know, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. We see Kailyn talking to her friend how, you know, as a mom, I just felt hard, you know, having to give up half custody of Isaac to Joe. But at the end of the day, Joe is his father. But I felt like this. Kailyn wants them to help her and get the kids when she needs help. Like, he wants 50-50 because that's his child. But my thing is, if you had something to do, you could call him to drop Isaac off and he helps you. So my thing is, you can't make it seem as if he's asking you for more than what he is entitled to as a parent. You know what I'm saying? And I get, as a mom or as a parent in itself, you don't want to give up time with your child. But I also feel like when Kailyn needs someone to take her kids so she can go do something, she's perfectly fine with that. So it's that little thin line of care. You can't have it both ways. You can't do it. And it is what it is. And I also feel like this. Joe and V, I wish they had their own Teen Mom 2 segments. Like, separate from Karla and Javi. Like they're literally their own. We see Joe go to work. We see V do what she do, and the baby or whatever. I feel like they are interesting. When they did the whole Life with V thing, so I think it was sometime last year. It was very entertaining. I liked it. I liked V. It was cool. I liked it. So I feel like if they're going to add someone, even though I heard that Joe and V won't be on the show as much because of the whole fight at the reunion, and it was too much, and also how Isaac and Lux won't be on next season either. But I do wish they could shoot their own stuff separate of the Kailyn stuff, because I think it would be great TV. I would not even mind if they had their own, like, little 30 minutes show called, like, Joe and V, don't you want to be? I don't know. I just made that shit up. Anyway, I just want them to have something because I like them, you know what I'm saying, as a couple. And the other thing with them. Janelle's situation was honestly easy as well. I wrote a whole bunch of notes, but it's really simple what happened. Someone called a welfare check on her. As we know, tons of people have done. We've heard rumors of, you know, family members have done it, viewers have done it, neighbors have done it, people just, and it's because we watched the show. So we see in the beginning of the episode, a sheriff is knocking on Janelle's door, and the producer's like, Janelle, there's a cop at your door, and Janelle acting like, I didn't do anything, I didn't hit anyone. I'm like, here she go. So she does not want to open the door, and she's like, you know what I'm saying, I haven't done anything. And they just kind of left the sheriff outside knocking. So here comes AD. Okay, now AD is for abusive David. So AD comes out angry, Jolly Green Angular Giant or whatever, being rude to the guy who was here. What is he here for? Like, I don't know. Open the fucking door. And what aggravated me was, y'all didn't know why that cop was there. The cop could have simply been there because, God forbid, your kids could have got hurt, and they could have been coming to notify y'all. It could have been anything. So to come to the door rudely, as if the cop came and said, bang, 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 police, open up, we're here to arrest you. That ain't what they did. You never know. Cops don't come to your door for many, many reasons, especially this one cop. It wasn't a SWAT team, so you knew wasn't nobody getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? It was one cop probably coming to do whatever it was, but at least find out what it is before y'all get a fucking attitude. So, you know what I'm saying? Abusive David, being rude. What do you want? He snatches the door open. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? No, it was weird. No, what else was weird was Jenelle was in the kitchen, and it was literally like 1,876 prescription pills bottles sitting on the kitchen counter. I'm like, who has that many pill bottles sitting in their kitchen? Like, how do you even get that many prescriptions? I don't think they don't. I'm like, y'all is in there popping pills and selling drugs. It was a lot of pills to be sitting out on a kitchen counter when y'all have young kids. I was so fucking confused, and it was just so weird. So when they open the door and David finds out that the cops say, I'm here to do a wellness check, David shuts the door, but he says, well, go to the daycare. Door slam. And what made me mad was they not even here, you know, call CPS or whatever. And I'm like, that cop don't know if y'all kids go to school. That cop don't know their schedule. When someone does a wellness check, they pop up. Okay, they pop up to see what the fuck is going on, and they acted as if the cop knew them personally and came there to say, fuck you guys, you're horrible parents. The cop, man, was doing his damn job, and it pissed me off how David acted, and it was just weird. So he then I'm so pissed, you know what I'm saying? Once I get a hold of Nathan, I'm gonna bash his head in. This is the reason we think your ass is abusive, because the minute something pisses you off, you instantly go to physical abuse of a person. Okay, you can't tell me that you ain't beating Janelle's ass when she pissed you off and the cameras ain't there. So, and I'm like, he up here getting mad as if he know for a fact that Nathan called the cops. It was America. Okay, America called the cops. America see this show and they feel like y'all both are bad parents. It ain't always Nathan. Okay, it's not, and you can't just say it's him, because it can be anyone. Even Jenelle said, like, people be calling the police on us all the time for no reason, and they have to investigate, and it pisses us off. So, but I'm like, America called the cops. Hell, it might have been me. I don't know. It wasn't me, because I don't know where they stay at in real life, and I don't know the phone number. But you know what I'm saying? The deputy at that point in time stayed outside. Like, he was outside by the car, and Jenelle then goes like, you can leave now. We've been harassed by you guys. We've been harassed by the neighbors, by y'all, by the internet, and, you know, my ex, so you can leave. The kids aren't here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all came here like 20 different times, and they always close the case. And the cop like, look, I'm just doing my job. Someone called, I had to come out here, and it was what it was. But Jenelle, for the most part, you know, even with her little attitude, she responded better than David did. I mean, it was still some fucking bullshit, but she did better than what David did. And so the cop says, okay, I'll leave, I'll note it or whatever, you know, it's fine. So David then mad at Jenelle, why you talk to the cop, you never talk to the popos. I hate when you kept on saying popos. You know, you never talk to the police. You know, that's just not what you should do, because they can then take what you say and stretch it. You know what I'm saying? Because you talk to the cops then go talk to their partners, who then go home and talk to their wives, and then the wives post about it on social media. I said, bitch, what? You just made up a whole scenario that if Jenelle said something to the cop, like, I said, this person's he's nuts. Okay, he is absolutely bonkers. At this point in time, you know, she like, well, no, I was saying that because he was still here and it was stupid or whatever. But David's still like, no, you don't do that or whatever. The dumbass producer then said, you think Nathan did it? I say, this bitch right here. Why even suggest that it was Nathan? Like, why? Because at this point in time, you don't know who did it. So don't suggest anything. That was just stupid and messy, if you ask me. So, and again, ma'am, it was America. So David, like, you know what I'm saying, Nathan has called on us before, you know what I'm saying, Nathan called before and said I was a drug dealer. And the funny part again is that he said, like, Nathan said I was out here, you know, selling drugs, or I was a prescription, whatever. And you see all the pill bottles in the background, and it wasn't even a normal amount of, I get if you have a couple pills here, a couple pills there. No, they had like 40 bottles of pills just sitting on the kitchen counter, waiting to be broken up and bagged up, okay, to deliver to the people who deal drugs. And I'm just like, bruh, it's just kind of crazy. So Jenelle like, well, you know, don't get mad because it might not be Nathan. And he's like, I don't care, whatever, you know, I'm going to, what did he say? What did he say? I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't. He said something like, I'm going to get a hold of him and I'm going to, like, I'm going to, when I catch Nathan, I'm going to beat his ass. I'm going to violate his face with my fist. And at that point in time, you know, he said, I'm going to beat Nathan's ass. I'm going to, yeah, that's what he said. The little bitch is what he was saying. And at that point, that's when Jenelle was like, it might not even be him. But my thing is, I feel like Kaiser is going to get older. Kaiser is going to see this video. He's going to see his mother allowing his stepfather, and that's if him and Jenelle even last long enough for Kaiser to get older. And he's going to be pissed at his mother and pissed at David, because you sat here and let this man threaten to basically murder my father. Like, I don't get how Jenelle allows David to talk major bullshit about Kaiser's father. I don't get it. And, you know, Nathan isn't a saint. Nathan ain't, you know what I'm saying, all good or whatever. But at the same time, you should not let David threaten to do bodily harm to him the same way Nathan should not be threatening to do any kind of bodily harm to David. Y'all too, it's stupid. I can't recall Nathan saying anything too crazy in my head right now. I can't recall that. But we consistently hear David threatening to harm Nathan. And I don't get how you can want to harm your stepson's father. How? I just can't get it. And then Jenelle sitting there looking like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? He's mad. I just have to put up with, he's gonna beat me later, and I have to just put on for the cameras as if I don't care. Girl, be fucked by. So we do see her later talking to her friend, you know, just kind of saying how, you know, David only gets angry because she was telling her friend about it. David only gets angry, you know what I'm saying, because he's new to this. He hasn't been on the show long. You know what I'm saying, he's not used to the media coverage, to people questioning his parenting. So he gets mad when someone questions his parenting. This makes him really pissed off, and he gets angry. And I get that, even though she's lying. No one likes their parenting question. They do not. However, the lengths and the thing that David says and threatens to do are not normal, and the way he reacts that's always violent is not normal. I get pissed off for stuff too, but I'm not out here cussing and fussing and continually threatening to physically attack and beat someone. And David does, because why? Abusive David is what? Abusive David. So from there, we then find out all of this happens right around the time David went on that whole little Twitter rant crazy thing where he was being basically homophobic, and he was like the whole little rant about, what do you say, how basically how being trans or gay isn't normal, and that he gonna teach his kids to not associate with those kind of people. And it was a whole thing on Twitter. I saw it as well. He was saying some just stupid, horrendous, stupid shit, and he was fired. Okay, MTV, you know, said how that is not what they want to associate with. And you would think he would be aware that MTV has always supported, you know, homosexuals, trans, people of different walks of life. We know that for a fact. They had the whole True Life series that would have all kind of stories on this, all kind of people. And you know, they, for the most part, MTV supports everyone. Fat, black, gay, straight, trans, LBGTE, all the letters of the, all I don't know all the letters of it. You know, LGBT. I'm missing some other letters. Anyway, they've always been supportive of the people, and so I completely love the fact that when they saw what he put, they kind of just fired him. I wish they would have done that to Farrah a long time ago, because she would say some crazy things too, but whatever. So we then see that because David was, you know, it was like 6 weeks left to film, and because they would not work with David, Jenelle refused to film without her husband. And I get that, sort of, kinda. At the end of the day, that's her husband. But my thing is, you did the show before without him, and you can do the show without him again. It doesn't mean that y'all can't be married. It just means when you're shooting scenes, he can't be in them. Any other time, he can be in a room. He can be gone somewhere. You can shoot scenes somewhere else within the house. I think the issue became Jenelle don't have anyone to shoot scenes with, so it would be as if, who's she with? You know what I'm saying? It can't be her and Kaiser, because usually was her. If it's her and Kaiser, they was someone in the background yelling. So it's a thing to where I get how it would not work for her to film, because he is all that she has. At the end of the day, that's a reason for you as a human being to have some kind of life outside of your damn abusive ass husband. Anyway, so because Jenelle won't film, where do they go? To Barb's house. I say they rush to Barb's house as if she got the scoop. Barb don't talk to Jenelle. So I'm like, going to her house ain't gonna make no damn difference. So, you know what I'm saying, they get there and she's like, yeah, well, I saw what David said. You know, it was sickening that he said that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, she said, I didn't talk to Jenelle about that. You know, she's not talking about that. She said, but I don't believe that she agrees with what David said. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just a piece of shit. She's like, I feel like, I hope she wakes up and she just realizes something is wrong, and, you know, he is an issue, like something's wrong with him. I think everyone feels that. I think whenever you look at Jenelle, she just doesn't look happy. She doesn't. She looks like, this is my life and I just have to deal with it. And I have these in-between happy moments that's like here and there, for few and far in between. But most 90% of the time, she looks like she's just stuck with him and she's just dealing with it. And it's really sad. So I do hope, I don't know what I hope, but, you know, it was what it was, and that's the whole thing with them. So we didn't see any more of her. Briana. Y'all don't like that girl. You know, she's getting her body done. You know, Dr. Mommy's on her surgery. She's having like a basically having a mommy makeover. And I'm like, she planning this surgery, but she in that smallest apartment. But it was what it was. Someone also mentioned how sometimes these doctors will do free surgeries because it's for publicity. I don't think Dr. Miami needs free publicity. I really don't. Dr. Miami literally is his own publicity. He does surgeries on Snapchat, and I used to subscribe to a Snapchat, and I was like, I got tired of seeing titty lifts and titty jobs and ass lifts and BBLs, it was just too much. So my thing is, I don't think he is at a point in his career where he needs to give away free body jobs. She paid for that damn body job. Okay, let's be honest, she really did. So her mom were talking or whatever, because she's back, because her surgery's gonna be like a month from now. And, you know what I'm saying, her mom was like, you know, are you and Javi, you know, a couple or whatever, like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Javi came here last time. He asked me if I would give him, you know, if I would be okay and give his blessing to propose to you. And I told him yes. She's like, well, isn't this supposed to be a secret? She's like, no, I want you to know. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all that serious? Like, would you say yes? Like, what's going on? And Briana acts like she's 5. I don't want to talk about this. This is so embarrassing. It's no one's business. Bitch, you on a whole reality show. You can't act, girl. The fuck bye. You know, her mom's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm your mother, if you're going to be with someone, you need to tell me. I feel like her mother uses her as a crutch, the same way that Briana used her mama as a crutch. They are codependent on each other. Her mother wants to know because she feels as if she marries Javi, she gonna have to move out, because he can't move in because they ain't got no goddamn room. And she does not want to be separated from her kids. That's the problem. Y'all need to at least get a damn bigger goddamn apartment. It gets on my nerves. Anyway, Javi then like FaceTimes her and says he no longer has to deploy. It was some kind of loophole where he does not have to leave. I kept wondering, I'm like, something gonna have to happen, because I'm like, he never left. So I knew it was gonna be some kind of way that he wasn't going, so we kind of knew that was gonna happen. So now she's like, okay, cool or whatever. But when they on their FaceTime, it do seem like he was more happy to talk to her. He likes her more than she likes him, and that's my opinion or whatever. And she's supposedly going to see him in Delaware, so it was what it was. You know, she then talked to her friend who's like, I felt like Javi's rushing. I'm just confused. I don't know what I want to do. I was bored. I did not give a fuck. I really feel like Javi and Briana did this so they would have a storyline. I do feel like that was the motive behind it, and they felt like we could have some sex in between, but it just doesn't seem. I think that was the initial reason for it, and I think Javi took it serious and like fell in love, and Brianna like, it's not supposed to be real. Like, we're not really. I don't think she thought he would like her. I think he thought this. I think she thought this would be great for the show, and I think he thought I like her, and you know what I'm saying, it would have me on the show more. Again, I think one of them cooked it up, and it just became what it was. So, when she said like I don't know, you know, I feel like he's rushing things. You know, he does not have to propose because he's no longer deploying you now. But I do wonder, like, do you have a ring? Like, how are you gonna propose? I want to be romantic and want to be like this and like that. And I'm like, girl, no one cares, because it's weird because we know they did not work out. So you know that whole thing. So we then see the camera saying, you know, Briana went to go see Javi, but due to cast and access issues, they couldn't film. Now, I was confused because I'm looking like, y'all were in his city, at his house. Why couldn't y'all film? Like, who was the access? I was so confused. I said, well, was it that Kale said, if Lincoln is there, I don't want y'all filming with him? I was confused when they said because of cast issues, they couldn't film. And I was like, oh, okay, but whatever. We see that Brianna's now back in Florida talking to her sister, and she's like, you know, Javi gave, she's like, what happened? Mommy was upset. So like, what happened when you were in Delaware? So again, I'm thinking Kale blocked something and everybody was pissed, is what I assume happened. So she then said, you know what I'm saying, Javi didn't really propose. We were like in bed or whatever. He just like kind of handed me the ring, and it wasn't romantic. Like, he just said like, here. And I was upset about that, you know what I'm saying? She said, well, Mommy said that, you know, he gave you, that he proposed and you took the ring, and she could not believe it. She was like, no, like, he gave it to me, but you know what I'm saying, I gave it back because I didn't like how he proposed. Like, he did not get down on one knee, and it just wasn't romantic, you know what I'm saying? He wants marriage and kids and all this stuff, and I feel like he's rushing, and I don't want that. I mean, even though I don't like her, what she's saying is making sense. It is too soon, but again, I feel like they had this discussion to where they're gonna date, and she wasn't serious. Like, she was like, let's see how far it's gonna go, and he went full throttle like, okay, let's be a couple, and did not realize she was full of shit. So but again, they're not together, so like, who really cares? We then see Briana talking to her mom, and the mom is still upset, like, I can't believe that, you know what I'm saying? I gave him my blessing to marry you or to propose to you, and then because he was being deployed, and you know what I'm saying, he's rushing, and that's just tacky, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe that. It's just so tacky to rush. And I say it's tacky, but you gave him your fucking blessing. So my thing is, did you not want him to do it, or did you? Because you gave him your blessing. So now, how is him rushing to propose tacky when you knew it in the beginning? You just said then. What the fuck is going on? She then says, you know what I'm saying, he wants you to move to Delaware so he can be near Kale and take you and the kids away from their home, the only home they've ever known. You know, her mama literally said, his dick ain't that big. His dick ain't that big. I said, when your mama on TV talking about the dude dick ain't that big, I say, what kind of piece girl? Look, she said he took away the value of marrying you by not proposing. This is my thing. I give zero fucks about how a person who I don't want to marry proposes, because at the end of the day, I don't want to marry you. So my thing is, I don't get why Brianna's upset or the mama's upset, because neither one of them wanted them to be married. They didn't. She didn't want him to propose, neither did the mama. So who cares if the first time someone proposes to you is bullshit and it isn't the person that you want to marry? Why do you care? I would only be upset if the person who I really want to be with my whole life just looked at me one day and said, and like tossed me a ring, like, here. I'd be like, this is simple. Then I would be upset. But again, you don't even want to be with him. Your mama don't even want to be with. So what the fuck is y'all mad for? It did not devalue or whatever. You don't want to be engaged to him, so it didn't matter. He should have put some oomph into it. But some people do think it's romantic if you just in the bed chilling or whatever. And if y'all like a regular couple and y'all not all extra whatever, it is something simple like we sitting around watching. Like when I get engaged, my dude can like, we could be in the bed watching Family Guy, because I like Family Guy, and he can like hand me a bottle of water, and then in the water can be the ring, because I drink water all the time. It don't have to, for me, I don't need the whole lights, camera, action, because I'm real cool, comic. I don't care about all that. Briana wants stuff that she can't afford. She wants like caviar and Rolls Royces. When you like a Honda Accord and like a 2-piece biscuit at, you know what I'm saying, Popeyes or whatever. Here you go. You want to get married? You want to do something with me? And what you don't want to do? Who gives a fuck? I really don't care. The mama extra for no damn reason. Let's make that clear and concise. This is my thing. In real life, her mama is upset. Like, he wants to marry you and he wants to take you away from home that you knew. Your daughter is the mother of 2 children by 2 different men who are not in the kid's life. She lives in an apartment with you. Okay, her 2 kids share a room. Okay, in a small apartment. You are upset because a man fell in love with your daughter, wanted to marry her, move her into his home, and take care of her and her 2 kids. How are you upset? That's you see, your priorities are all fucked up. Was Javi moving too fast? He absolutely was. Absolutely he was. However, if his intentions were, well, I don't know, was that he loves her and he wanted to be with her and he didn't mind moving fast and he just wants to bring her, he can't move there. Ain't no space, bitch. Ain't no space in the house. And then to say, you know what I'm saying, take y'all away from the only home y'all have known, that home was small. Them kids need space, okay? Nova can't even run and play because ain't no fucking room in that goddamn apartment. I can't take it, girl. It's just so, the mama don't want much out of life, and she don't care if Briana don't get much either. She want Briana to be up under her in that little ass apartment, and they will forever be together and be the goddamn 5 amigos, okay? Her mama, her sister, and them 2 damn kids. But how do you get mad that a man wanted to marry your daughter and move her into his house, the house he owns? And to say he just wants to be close to Kel. It's not as if Briana need to be in her place because her kid's father is in their life. No, he wants to be close with his son because he is in his son's life. Your daughter's baby daddies ain't in them kids' lives. So my thing is, if she moves, it ain't gonna harm them. Okay, and hopefully a new state could give her better options. But then, besides being stuck in that getting a little apartment with y'all, how about it was too much. You know, Briana was saying like, "Mom, calm down. You being too extra, whatever." But you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Anyway, that's how it ended. Her telling her mom like, "Calm down. It ain't that serious." And it was a hope. But look, girl, look. You should want your child to get married and be engaged and have a man who wants to put her into a house, okay? And not a goddamn small ass fucking apartment. Anyway, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.